Well, well, well. It looks like Armin pulled out of the fight with a day left. I guess that was his secret technique he had planned for Makhachev. And in replacement is Money Moicano. Now, this might come as a shock to you guys, you casuals, but Moicano is going to school and finish Islam Makhachev in this fight. He'll struggle early, sure, but he will be the one to dethrone Islam. Sorry if my voice is a little bit cooked. I'm kind of sick right now. Now, you guys are probably calling me crazy, right? You know, Moicano, a lot of people were picking Dariush over him, but the thing people aren't taking into account is that Moicano can't afford to lose. So, the pressure's on him, but he can't financially afford losing this fight. And that's really what it comes down to. Islam Makhachev, he's very good. Honestly, in my opinion, the lightweight GOAT. But sadly, his time has come. His title reign is over. Money Moicano will defeat him. Mark my words. And honestly, as you can see in the title, I'm picking Moicano to finish this guy. Call me crazy, but everybody for Moicano's entire win streak that he's on has doubted him. People were picking him against, or picking Drew Dober against him. People were saying Jalen Turner's going to KO him. People were talking about Benoit Saint Denis is going to destroy him. And then people were saying Beneil Dariush was going to beat him. Craft his way to a win. And we never got to see that fight. But what you'll notice is that everyone always doubts this guy. And what happens? He manages to pull through. So, Islam Makhachev. It's time to let go of the belt. The money era starts now. Now, as for all jokes aside, I am actually picking Moicano. I think Moicano can get this one done. He is still one of the most underrated grapplers in this division. I think Moicano's grappling is on the level of a guy like Charles Oliveira. And yes, Charles Oliveira might have significantly better striking and speed than a guy like Moicano, and he still got dropped and finished by Islam. That being said, Moicano can't afford to lose. So, Moicano, I think he's going to beat Islam Makhachev. I think he's going to struggle early, maybe get hurt on the feet, dropped like he did against Jalen Turner, and maybe barely survive a round. And he's going to be losing to Islam. But I think eventually he's going to get him down, and Islam's going to struggle way more than people think to get back up. I think Moicano's going to smash him with ground and pound. I think, honestly, I can see Islam giving up his back or giving up a front headlock position, trying to scramble up. Because really, I think Islam's moments are going to be on the feet in this fight. Moicano's a little bit of a plotty striker. So honestly, I think that Islam's only chance in this fight is to try to strike with Moicano and keep it away from the ground. But I think this will ultimately fail. I think just like all of his last performances, Moicano's going to be able to make adjustments through rounds. I think he's going to be able to take down Makhachev at some point, and I believe Makhachev will get finished on the ground. And I already know people are going to call me crazy for making this pick, which you can do that, sure. But at the end of the day, if you're one of those guys saying that Moicano stands no chance, then you're crazy. Like, this guy is definitely one of the best contenders in the division. He has some of the most dominant grappling in the division's history. Or maybe not even history, but right now, I can see him out-grappling every single contender, except maybe Charles. Honestly, I think Moicano would have a good performance against Armin. I would maybe pick Armin in that fight just because of his boxing on paper. But again, in real life, Moicano can't afford to lose. This guy has the plot armor. This guy's title run has been insane. It's all culminated to this. He's at a full training camp, Like, people are comparing this to the Volk short notice fight at UFC 294. This is nothing like that. Moicano's coming off of a full training camp. He's not coming off of the couch or anything. I think Moicano's going to go in this fight, and he is going to add to the biggest upset title wins of all time, alongside people like Michael Bisping, Sean Strickland, Cody Garbrandt, people like that. So, we're going to find out Saturday night, but when you come back to this video, remember I told you so, alright? Islam Makhachev's winning streak will be snapped by Moicano. Don't be afraid, Islam. You have lots of places you can go from here. You can fight Armin, you can move up. You know, you can do what your manager's telling you to do and move to 205 and fight Pereira. That's still the craziest thing. But Money Moicano is getting this one done. Mark my words, my brother. Moicano is going to finish Islam Makhachev in this fight. And when he does, just to add extra assurance as a little victory lap, I'll start my cut. I've been bulking for like a year. I'm going to start the cut once Moicano beats Islam Makhachev and finishes him within 4 rounds, which I'm going to pick Moicano to win via submission in the 4th round. I'll say the 4th round. I could definitely see Islam just kind of whooping his ass until the last couple minutes of round 4, and then he gets greedy with a takedown and ends up getting Darce choked or guillotined. I just think that Moicano has some of the best grappling, not striking, some of the best grappling in the division, and I still think it's underrated. Now, if Moicano keeps this fight on the feet, he's going to get knocked out. Let's be honest. You know, Islam was able to knock out Volk. Islam was able to knock down Charles. And Moicano's very plotty on the feet. He's not the best. He's alright. He's well-rounded. But if this was like a pure kickboxing or stand-up match, Makhachev's knocking him out. But Moicano's not going to let that happen. Moicano's going to take him down. Moicano's going to smash him. And I'm picking Moicano to win this fight and gain back the title. You know what? I'm so confident. When Moicano wins this fight, I will shave my head bald again. Like, I think there is no chance that Islam wins this fight. Moicano, he's him. He has all the plot armor. He's coming into this fight on a 3-fight winning streak at this point. His last 2 being brutal finishes. And to be honest, I could see Islam beating him potentially in an alternate universe, but, you know, Moicano's going to win this fight. Like, props to Islam Makhachev for taking on the most dangerous contender on short notice. Like, if I were Islam, I would have just pulled out. This is not the fight that you would want to take. He should have just let them feed Dariush to Moicano. But, you know, everybody has to lose their belt at some point. Islam, you're already the lightweight GOAT. Don't worry about it, man. The money era starts now.